It's time now for the Peter Channel Love Clock News. Late Tuesday, June 14th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. Time now for the 11 o'clock news, and it's late Tuesday, June 14th, 2016. Top story at 11 o'clock on this late Tuesday night is Washington, where President Obama led into Donald Trump Tuesday, turned in the table to make the impression case that Trump is the only one who is un-American. Video from a Florida TV station shows a wife of a lawyer accompanied by the police on Tuesday outside the couple's home in Fort Pierce, Florida. A California judge who has faced with criticism for giving a lenient sentence to former Stanford University swimmer Brock Turner in a sexual assault case has been removed from another sex case. Amarillo, Texas. Walmart mid reports that an armed person with a store, as armed police say that an armed man who took two people hostage inside a local Walmart was not tied to terrorism. The man who had killed a police commander in his partner Manaville friends on Monday night, 15 year 2016 soccer championship in a video posted from the scene. A police source told CNN. Anderson Cooper put Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi in the spot this afternoon live on CNN. As he was saying, never really seen you talk about gays of lesbians, transgender people in the positive way till now, he said. Democrat and National Committee's opposition against Donald J. Trump was among the following speech. Brussels, Britain, Germany, and the United States advanced plans on Tuesday to spirit a NATO force on Russia's border from next year, and Russian President Vladimir Putin in order to snap check to the combat readiness against its armed forces. Right to be get ready when the Philippine presidency in the place of hardline rhetoric and an asset who will step out crime and corruption. Ottawa, Ontario. Relatives of Canadian men who will be headed by Islamic militants to the Philippines said Tuesday that they agree with Canada's policy of not paying ransom hostages. Los Angeles. Firefighters on Tuesday found 4 more bodies today searching the abandoned office building, which is a classified today was damaged by a major fire near downtown Los Angeles man and suspected tension said the blaze was arrested. President Obama just condemned the nation to double standard. They need to change the attitude that punishes women for sexuality. He said Tuesday, but give men the pat on the back for theirs. A 37-year-old man charged that attacked Idris Mosque in North Seattle on Tuesday. But in initial reaction of China was largely peppered by the state news agencies. Antoine Community inclusion was pretty just a matter of time. Chicago, Johnson Publishing and sold its iconic Ebony magazine to a Texas private equity firm. It's the end of the same 1 year run for the publisher started by John H. Jensen in Chicago. Washington, IEX Group Incorporated is president when regulatory approval to launch the stock exchange that slows the pace of trading, according to people familiar with the matter following the decade when the government rules in Wall Street technology wizards. Washington, U.S. realty rose strongly in May, and Americans bought out of the range of goods, even as they paid more gasoline, suggested that the economic growth was gaining steam despite a sharp slowdown in job creation. Foxfire, nurses at the Brigham and Women's Massachusetts General Healthcare Center Patriot Place are among the 3,000 nurses in the Brigham and Women's System scheduled to go on strike June 27th unless the hospital agreed to a new contract. The Massachusetts Nurses Association, which represents 3,300 nurses in the system, voted Monday for the one-day strike. However, the hospital said it would hire 700 separate workers to lock out the nurses for 5 days to ensure continued patient care and academic reasons. Mansfield family, the share family wins a $50,000 Shaw Supermarket prize. The North Attleboro Firefighter Kids Day Association announced that it's scheduled a 36th annual festival to be held July 7th and 10th in front of the North Attleboro High School, 564 Landry Ave. Mansfield, when the school committee approved new graduation requirements including physical education in all 4 years of high school, it lifted Mansfield High School out of an inevitable category. Schools that don't follow set requirements and mandates PE for high school. Boston, Governor Charlie Baker said he's working with the state lawmakers to close to his bank cabinet in the new state budget up to $750 million. The Republican said Tuesday that it has spoken to leaders in Democratic controlled legislature about the project to slow down in tax collections. Baker said those projections have reflected an estimated drop off of between $450 million and $750 million in anticipated revenue compared to the original estimates for 2017 fiscal year that begins July 1st. Malka's right-handed and left-handed vision essentially all life and earth and have been found in urines and comets. Cats have represented the push-pull cause and an effect as well as elements of the physics that is helping them when they go hunting for prey at night. Today, Australian researchers say that resident sea levels have wiped out a rodent and lived in a tiny aquarium at the Great Barrier Reef from what they say is the first documented extinction of mammal species due to man-made climate change. The U.S. and UAE signed an agreement for the joint space exploration research. Can a new partnership between NASA and the UAE Space Agency help the U.S.? Men who have sex with a man effectively banned from donating blood into FDA current donation criteria in aftermath massacre of 49 people to gain that coming in Orlando on Sunday. City officials urged residents to donate blood. Days after the deadly mass shooting in Orlando, Florida, the American Medical Association says that top of the policy calling gun violence in the U.S. a public health crisis. And aftermath of the deadly shooting impulse, no longer gave part at family and friends of the wounded victims sought all the information they could have about the loved ones. The Food and Drug Administration put the new and unusual weight loss device to Tuesday. The external pump that dumps the part of the stomach contents of the toilet. Alright. In Malden, Massachusetts, a person was shot on Loomis Street for EMS station. Suspects was still large. Bloomingdale, New Jersey, working fire on 194 Union Avenue, Passaic County Fire Department worked on a structure fire in an SMT. Command reported to also a bird request for one burn victims at Butler High School. Future News Times out 11:05 on this late. Do that. It is down now for Trevor report. Let's study off down in Rhode Island. Where it's looking good and down with and always the Ocean State. 24 to the south bad side. Little Slow man. Route 44 in Raynham. 44 to the west bad side. Little Slow before Route 24 in Dalton. 120 to the north bad side. Little Slow around Route 3 and 37 in Braintree. 120 to the south bad side. Little Slow around Highland Street and Needham all the way down to Great Plain Avenue. South Expressway to south bad side. So up to the Best Pack. Best Pack to the west bad side. Little Slow over the new corner of 495 in the north bad side. Little Slow Route 9 in Westboro headed towards Marlborough. I-91 is that bad side. It's a little slow for the Northampton stretch. Mass Park at the east bad side. A little slow after 202 in Westfield. And 57 on the west bad side. A little slow after Route 5 in Agawam. Mass Park at the west bad side. A little slow to Palmer stretch. Spalding Turnback at the both ends. A little slow around Rochester stretch. I-91 is that bad side. A little slow from Charlestown to the town of Rockingham in Vermont. And otherwise, highways and byways of Northern New England looking good, but a 95 on the south bad side. A little slow after the Waterville stretch. I-87 and the north bad side, a little slow north of Plattsburgh. But the 3 is looking good except a little slower westbound side around the 390 in Henrietta just near Rochester, New York. And New York State 3 and the westbound side, a little slow just around Lake Erie Beach. Out in New York City, 95 on the southbound and the northbound side, a little slow for the Bronx, so headed towards the George Washington Bridge. If you are driving the northbound side, a little slow Midtown Manhattan Line Expressway on the eastbound side, a little slow at the Midtown Tunnel on both ends. Belt Parkway a little slow around the JFK Airport. 270 on both ends, also started out expressway. 270 at the eastbound side, a little slow around the Brooklyn stretch. If you drive the northbound side, southbound side, a little slow to the Midtown. Lincoln to the westbound side, a little slow on Midtown Manhattan headed towards New Jersey. 95 on the southbound side, a little slow Harrison and New Rochelle. Out in Connecticut. I-84 on the westbound side, a little slow after Route 8 in Waterbury headed towards Middlebury. 95 on the northbound side, Little Slow to New Haven. 95 on the southbound side, Little Slow at Route 8 in Bridgeport. Merritt Parkway and both ends, Little Slow from 7 to New Canaan. 95 on the northbound side, Little Slow from Port Chester, New York to Greenwich. And New Jersey Turnback looking from New York all the way down through the Delaware border. And Garden State Park looking from New York all the way down for Wildwood. Highways and byways at Philadelphia vicinity out looking good. 476 on the southbound side, Little Slow per KC. And Pennsylvania Turnpike at the eastbound side, little slow just around the Berlin, Pennsylvania stretch. And 370 and 579. And highways and byways of Pittsburgh got looking good. I-79 in the eastbound side, a little slow before the Greensboro stretch. 95 in the northbound side, a little slow at Aberdeen. 695 in the southbound side, a little slow after I-83 in Towson. Baltimore Washington Parkway, a little slow before Route 9 and the Boy. Capital Beltway on the westbound side, a little slow from 395 all the way out to 66. Capital Beltway in the northbound side, a little slow around the Washington Capitol. And 95 in the northbound side, a little slow to stop at the Dumfries. And 75 in the northbound side, a little slow to Toledo. I-8 is looking from New York to Cleveland. I-9 is looking from Erie to Chicago. And I-70 is looking from Pittsburgh all the way out to Indianapolis. And 75 otherwise is looking from Detroit to Cincinnati and Lexington, Kentucky. And 95 otherwise looking from Richmond all the way down from Miami, Florida. And I-10 is looking from Jacksonville down in Houston, Texas. And Route 20 is looking good from Myrtle Beach to Atlanta headed towards Birmingham and down to Dallas. And Alright, take a look at MBTA alerts at 11:09 p.m. Trended alerts. Subway, commuter rail, and the ferry they are looking good. Peter Chell Dusab is at 11:10 on this late Tuesday night, and it's time now for a weather report. Current conditions at North Massachusetts, 11:10 p.m. 53 degrees on temperature. First skies, 12 above Celsius, humidity at 86%. Wind speed is calm, barometer 20.89 inches, 2 above 48 degrees, and the visibility of 10 miles an hour. Alright, current conditions around the region, it's 71 degrees out in Boston, but when you go out towards the suburbs, it's in the 50s and 60s. 59 in Bedford, 63 in Beverly, it's 60 out in Fitchburg, 62 in Worcester, 57 in Auburn and Taunton, it's 59 in Bedford, it's 59 in Plymouth and Falmouth, 54 in Martha's, 58 in Nantucket, 60 degrees in Chatham and Provincetown, 66 in Buckland, 68 in Providence, 61 degrees out in Smithfield, it's 65 in Windsor, Dartford, it's 61 in Meriden, it's 57 in Waterbury, 60 in Denver, Perth, 70s in New Haven and Bridgeport, New York, Bridgeport, Connecticut, 76 New York City, 65 in Islip, 58 in Montauk, 60 in Springfield, 58 in Orange, Massachusetts, 66 degrees, Albany, New York, 61 in Silver Spring, 59 in Rutland, 59 in Bennington, Bradford, Vermont, 60 degrees, 11 in New Hampshire, 55 in Keene, New Hampshire, 54 in Devon, New Hampshire, 64 in Nashville, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 59 in Concord and Manchester, New Hampshire, 62 degrees, Laconia, New Hampshire, 65 up in Port, Maine. Alright, take a look at the map. Shows the cold front from North Central California, merging with warm front from Nevada, and cold front from Idaho, eastern Idaho, stretching up into Montana, merging with low pressure from eastern Montana and up to Saskatchewan and Alberta. Cold front stretching with New Mexico, stretching up the plains, merging with low pressure down in the Dakotas. Warm front from southern Minnesota, stretching all the way down Illinois, and then that station front from Indiana down for the Carolinas, and cold front up the North Dakota coast, and the devastation front off the Florida coast. And got a low pressure front by western Texas, followed by a low pressure from southern Nevada down for San Diego, and around southwestern Arizona, and a followed by from northeast Wyoming and down for western South Dakota, and a followed by from western Quebec all the way up into the Dauphin Bay. We got high pressure ridges in the Four Quarter region, eastern Pacific Northwest, eastern Ontario, and the Gulf of Mexico. While you got low pressure in western Prince Edward Island. 79 degrees in Chicago, 71 in Washington, D.C., 76 in Atlanta, 83 in Miami, 83 in Brownsville, 87 in Dallas, Texas, 78 in Kansas City, 79 in Chicago, 68 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 57 in Great Falls, Montana, 53 in Seattle, 61 in San Francisco, 63 degrees out in Los Angeles. Alright, look at that. Look at that. National radar in it. First of all, about 30 minutes ago, we saw some via Kia, Kevin Manwich from Fox 35, so some showers up in towards Vermont. So we'll take a look at it right now. Right now, we're seeing. We'll have a closer look at this as we're seeing some spotty rain showers south of Metanicus and switching around Southport and Georgetown, Maine, around Orleans, Maine, and switching off Port Maine, and also raining around New Gloucester, switching curving around Casco and around Raymond, around Stenish, Maine. And also seeing some patchy rain showers around east of Portland and west of West Baldwin. And we're seeing some spotty rain showers from Conway, New Hampshire, and heavy bend the rain showers around Mount Washington and raining down Lincoln, New Hampshire, up in the south of Franconia. And seeing some spotty rain showers east of Montpelier, Vermont, and Atlanta rain showers from Plymouth, Vermont, up into Mount Holly. And coming down Rutland and up in Bomberson and stretching up in the Putman Station and Paradox in New York State. And seeing them patchy rain showers east of Burlington, Vermont. And also we're seeing some spotty rain showers up in the Moosehead Lake region of Maine and stretch up in the eastern portions of Quebec. And up in the northern New Brunswick and rain showers in the north central and east central portions of Nova Scotia. And some spotty rain showers off the western and eastern portions of Newfoundland. Okay, take a look at National Radar, and it shows a line of rain showers from Ohio and northeastern Kentucky, patchy rain showers from western Kentucky, stretching into Tennessee, and none of the Carolinas down in Georgia, and up in northern and western tip of Florida, and a line of rain showers in Mississippi. But this is heavy band showers and thunderstorms from Iowa down for northwestern Illinois, down for western portions of Wisconsin, up in the northeastern Minnesota, and another band of rain showers with eastern North Dakota down to southern portions of Manitoba. Patchy rain showers stretching from eastern Montana and up in the Saskatchewan and Alberta down for British Columbia, couple of snowflakes up in the British Columbia and about to Washington, Oregon, some rain showers from Washington State and Oregon State, and Rain showers from southern Idaho and western Wyoming and up into Nevada and northeastern portions of California. Zubity where. Alright. We're seeing a heavy band of rain showers from Des Moines, Iowa, stretching into northwestern Illinois, and curving down western Wisconsin and up to northern Minnesota and Duluth and the north central Minnesota, and another heavy band of rain showers northwestern Fargo and stretching to the east central South Dakota and the northeastern portions of Pierre. And they are headed towards the northeast, so Green Bay and Milwaukee, you're going to be next in these lines of heavy showers and thunderstorms, and so headed towards the Chicago area, and you're next too. Also, heavy bands of showers in the northeastern Montana and the western Saskatchewan. Take a look at satellite loop, and it shows patchy clouds coming in from northern New England and up in the eastern Canadian Maritimes. Line of clouds coming in from the Great Lakes and the western Great Lakes and Iowa, and a line of clouds from Indiana and Ohio stretch to the Maine, for eastern Kentucky and Tennessee, down for Florida, and clouds coming from Mississippi and Louisiana, down for the Gulf States. Patchy clouds from western Oklahoma down for Texas, a line of clouds from western Texas down for Mexico, and a line of clouds from northern California, Nevada, up to Oregon and Idaho, down for western Wyoming and Montana, and up to the western portions of Washington and Oregon, a lot of clouds from British Columbia down to Alberta, down western Saskatchewan, and down for Montana. Alright. Looking at alright. Alright. Okay, let's take a look at forecast discussion around the region. And nothing brewing in the tropics. Alright, take a look at a forecast discussion. High pressure will remain in control throughout this weekend, resulting in cool nights and warm afternoons with low humidity. Warmer and more humid conditions are expected early next week with a risk of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Near term until 6 a.m. Wednesday morning. No major changes remain in the forecast. Made by adjustments to breaking the forecast back to live and return trends. The clouds are not returning to the south of New England as quickly as I previously thought. Otherwise, the forecast remains in track as flat night to night with a barely clear skies, light winds, and high pressure. Fields west of New England will be dry. West northwest for low temperature to be bumping out at the low to mid 50s with some upper 40s in western Massachusetts. And I'm predicting overnight lows will be 48 to 58. And tomorrow's highs 74 to 84 degrees. Alright. 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Tank. Most coast got about 53 degrees. Light east west wind. Wednesday, Sunday podcast got 83 about 53 degrees. Northwest wind 5 to 9 miles an hour. Thursday, most of the podcast got 80 about 56 degrees. Light variable wind shift to the southwest wind about 5 miles to become common in the evening. Friday, most coast got about 7 about 53 degrees. Saturday, Sunday, most coast got about 6 about 53 degrees. Sunday, Sunday podcast about 69 about 59 degrees. So if you're going to the Founders Day picnic and fireworks and nothing, you're going to have good weather top on Saturday. For Monday, we're going to get back to summer light, warm with humid. Most of the Sunday podcast about 82 about 61 degrees. And for Tuesday, most of the skies about 85 degrees. Peters. Weather phrase of the night is a winner of a Wednesday in the weather department. And that's me for the Peter Channel. 11 o'clock news this late. To that, June 14, 2016, I appear to OPM. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more important. Good night.